Hey everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video, and very awkwardly positioned, we'll be going through an unboxing of the 4Mechanics 1-100 Gundam Aerial. And the Aerial is from Mobile Suit Gundam, the Witch from Mercury. So this particular kit has been released this year being 2023. Yes, I did pick this up from Hobby Link Japan, so I'll have a link to this 4Mechanics Gundam Aerial in the description below. Now, let's see what we can do about this box, because it's one of those long vertical type boxes, which basically means my camera setup is terrible. So front of the box, and I will admit that artwork, very nice. So nice shot of the Aerial with the Gund bits deployed, which is very, very cool. And yeah, I mean, there's really not much more to say about it other than that looks really cool. Bottom of the box, just your usual name of the mobile suit and type of grade and things like that. Bottom of the box, just another shot of the Aerial as well as a shot of Suletta. So, what can we expect in this box? 4Mechanics gimmick points. So there will be several gimmick points included on the set. We do have a nice front and rear shot as well. Yet another front shot. And then we have the different mechanics and gimmicks that will be included. So obviously we have when the bits run and deployed, we have some of the various articulation components, the wrists, the beam sabers, knees, armor, and things like that. So this should actually be a very cool kit to put together. And hopefully will not be a pain to panel line, especially given it's all white. Well, I take that back. It's got an abundance of white. It's not all white. Other side of the box, so we do have an actual shot of the unpainted state, which is very cool. So straight out of the box, looking very, very good. And I mean, I'd probably have to spend a few minutes to actually do an actual comparison between unpainted and painted, but visually, within the span of a few seconds, I'm finding it hard to notice what's actually different between the two. Yes, if you look hard enough, there is obviously the panel lining, but there you go. Straight out of the box, should be pretty good. And then we just have a few more shots of the Aerial on an action base using beam effects. We also have the Gund bits displayed on the display base, which is sold separately, and I have done a review of those, so at some point in time they'll be prime candidates to try and use on the Aerial. Now, with that being done, what is inside? Other than heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of plastic. It's about 5 or 6 bags worth of plastic, so obviously the bag count is trivial in the grand scheme of things. So I will crack open all these bags and then we can have a quick look at the manual, included stickers, and have a better look at all these included runners. And with everything now out of the box, so here we have the front of the manual for the Aerial, pretty much just a rinse and repeat of what we saw on the front cover. In terms of the back, we do get a painting guide, so there'll be white, grey, blue, dark grey, yellow, green, and red. So pretty much your standard Gundam colours. We have a blurb about the Aerial, blurb about Suletta, and some more images that we have already seen. Inside's pretty much your standard manual. We'll go through the parts list in a minute, and coincidentally enough, there is also no polycaps. Quick breakdown of how all the parts are put together. Otherwise, it's pretty much just go through everything and put everything together. I'm seeing the word Undergate surprisingly pop up several times, so that is always a nice thing, which basically means I may not pre-snip this kit. But everything looks pretty stock standard. Because I haven't built the high grade, I actually can't really say how much similarity there is between this full mechanics and the high grade. When we go through the actual runners, it feels more like a high grade in the sense of the number of runners included, but at the same time it's a full mechanics kit as opposed to a master grade. So there's some of the more lightweightness of the high grade with some of the exterior detailing of the master grade. So that will always be a good thing to see. Pretty much wrapping up the weapons and things like that, and then just a few steps about the bits and how they can be attached and deployed, etc. And lastly, we have a page for the markings. So that is the manual in a very nice booklet form. A quick look at the transfer sheet that is included. I'm not too sure if I'll use any of these, but these look to be the sticker type transfers as opposed to the wet transfers, so could be okay. Time will tell. I may or may not use them. Now, as for the runners. Okay, multicolor A runner, so blue, bit of green, yellow, and some of that clear smoke that we getting quite used to seeing through the high grade line. Detailing is definitely on point, so there will be plenty of panel lining opportunities to really get your hands dirty. So that was A runner. B runner in white, some nice large pieces, definitely once again some nice detailing options. I think a lot of these will be part of the head, but there you go, it's a good example of some of the details involved. So that's the B runner, and we have two Cs, starting with C1, still in white. So a lot of your exterior armor parts, most likely for the legs, and then C2, I believe is actually a decent carbon copy of C1. And I can confirm, yes it is. Now we actually have two D runners in what I will say is a dark grey, although certain angles of light does potentially look like blue. Now, being two of them, they are pretty much copy for copy, so no doubt these are your joints for your left and your right. So 2Ds, and then lastly one E runner as well in that dark grey for some of your larger components. Naturally this will be shielding and weapons as well. My goodness, some of the large parts for the beam rifle already. Definitely has some panel lining in there as well, so you won't be bored there. Now we'll go into the F runners, but there's actually three of them. Two of which are normal red and one of them isn't, so starting with F1 in red, and if I bring over F2, F2 is a carbon copy of the right side of F1. So we have two of those. And then lastly, we have an F3 that is metallic coated. So if you look at the back, it's just pretty much been done as a silver type runner. But it does have that nice pre-painted metallic red on it. Now I can't tell if this is undergated or not. I don't believe it is, but well, actually no, I take that back. These two pieces, so pieces 12 look to be undergated, the rest not so much, but I think they're in places that you are lucky. So there you go, that was F3. We have one, I assume is the G runner, for a very nice beam effect part in translucent blue. And then lastly we have an SB runner with your flat beam sabers, once again in translucent blue. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the unboxing of the Full Mechanics 1-100 Gundam Aerial. Definitely not too bad. As I said earlier, I kind of wish I'd built the high grade so I could actually use that as a bit of a comparison point. So who knows, I might have to try and whip out the high grade before I do this, or bite the bullet and just do this and then go back to the high grade. Either. But it does look like it will be a very fun kit. Plenty of detailing on the aerial, which I'm hoping is not as bad as the Lafrith. And I do like how the gun bits will be compatible with the display base, even though the display base has been mainly geared towards the high grade kits. So very nice for some of that compatibility. And yeah, to be honest, this does look like it will be a very fun kit, and hopefully holds itself together very well, because that's usually a pain point. Time will definitely tell on that one. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video. Feel free to leave a like or comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account. The link is in the description below, and I will have a link to the Full Mechanics aerial, as well as some other kits within the Witch from Mercury line over at Hobbylink Japan, also in the description for you to have a look. With that being all said and done, stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future video, whether it's more Gunpla, Transformers, which seems to be overtaking the channel at the moment on account of a certain movie, or some of the other Plamo, Lego, whatever, that I post to the channel. See ya.